Greetings and welcome to PinballHelp. Mike here. Today I'm working on something that is the bane of many modern pinball enthusiasts' existence. I'm talking about optos. Specifically these ball trough optos. An opto is basically a set of LEDs and receivers, and they shine lights back and forth at each other, and basically a ball passes in between, and it's supposed to sense the ball. So it's a way of, instead of having a switch, you have a path of light that goes through somewhere in the machine, and when that path of light, the beam breaks, it triggers a thing so that it tells the machine the ball's gone by. So optos are supposed to be a more reliable way than regular traditional switches, which are more mechanical. But unfortunately, optos tend to have their own array of problems. They can get dirty if they're usually in areas that get banged around quite a bit, and if the solder joints get cracked, they'll flicker, and a change in the state, like that, dust particles, debris, or a broken joint will cause false firings. And then when you're sending weird signals to the game indicating that the ball is somewhere, it tends to behave erratically. In this case, I was having a problem where when I would turn this machine on, it would kick all the balls out of the trough. Couldn't figure it out. Then I started to look at the switch matrix and realized that there is a special opto up in here called trough jam, and that indicates usually that there's two balls in the shooter lane or something like that. And so this thing kicks it out, trying to kind of fix that, even though what was really happening was the opto was failing. So I'm going to show you how you can diagnose optos. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. There's two optos. There's a transmitter and a receiver. And if you have a camera, you can actually tell which is which. Another rule of thumb, like in these, you'll see one set of optos that are dark, and you'll see a set of optos here that are light. The light ones are usually the transmitters, and the dark ones are usually the receivers. But you could also, if you have a camera or a phone, you can, while the power's to it, you can look at it. Do you see how it's lit up there? Let me see. Can you see that? Now you can't see that with the naked eye. That's in a spectrum that's not visible light normally, but on the camera it shows up. So we can see, and you see these two optos aren't lit up, and these are. So you can see. So if you can tell if a transmitter's out right away. See, that's working, that's working. That's what these. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then these two are not. Well, it turns out these two are not even used in this particular game. So if you're having trouble, in my case, this is the trough jam switch right here. This one. So this one is not working. So this leads me to believe it's something on the other end, because I can see it lights up. And when we put it next to the receivers and we move it while in the switch test, we can kind of tell. So let me put this back on the thing here. Okay, and we'll line everything up. Okay, and I can look and, okay, that's trough 3, trough 4, trough 2, trough 1, and this is the jam. See, this is not triggering. That one's triggering, this one's not. So something's off here. It's either this LED, this receiver, is out, or the connection between this and the board. So I'm going to check the continuity, and if everything checks out, then it's maybe this. Now in this case, see, this board has got 5 receivers, room for 2 more. They're not here. I probably could have stolen them from there, because see, this transmitter board has 2 extras that aren't being used, but no luck. So this guy could be bad right here, or it could be the connection. So I'm going to play around with it a little bit and see. So there's a good little test of optos in the trough. Another way you can test them is with a flashlight. Okay, so these are just the receivers. So turn the flashlight on. You got to be right up here against it. And as you move it across, trough 4, trough 3, trough 3, trough 1, trough 2. So by moving it, a smaller flashlight works better because you can point right on them. But I can trigger all the other ones with the flashlight except for that last one. So I know the receivers are working. So this is a quick way of testing the optos on the ball trough to find out what's what. Obviously be careful when you got these things hanging around loose. You don't want them to touch against something else and short. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on things. But there we go. So I'm going to pull this board out, take a look at it, and see if I can find what else might be wrong with it. I'll check the connections and take it from there. So there you go. Little diagnosis on checking optos, especially ball trough optos. For more, visit PinballHelp.com. Thanks for watching.